Go over dog walking. Again, it's very simple and actually a little different than what we just went over with the words and the markers. So it's going to be a little confusing. We're going to abandon those markers for a second and then we're going to come back to them at the end. This is the principle I use for dog walking. The leash gives you 6 feet. She's to maintain staying inside of a 6-foot bubble at all times, and there's no exceptions. And you're not going to give her a bunch of indicators. You are the middle of that bubble, and she has to stay inside of it no matter what. And now, so this helps her a couple of things. One, she's going to pay attention to you more. And two, when she does get, I don't know if you can see on the camera, really, really into something, even if you can't break her visual attention off of it, she's less likely to drag you and start vocalizing and going totally nuts, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of the drills that I use to maintain that, right? And this is something right when you walk out the front door you need to establish with her. Don't let her off the train tracks, especially in the beginning. Like the first 2-3 months is the most important to really let this concrete dry, right? But you do that by establishing the precedent the second you walk out the front door, right? You set the tone the second you start the walk, and she's like, okay, I know I have to do all this stuff on the walk, okay, right? The walk is the reward for the compliance. Good. Now, sit. So we're gonna see how long this lasts. You're gonna treat this sit exactly like we treated place, right? There's an invisible place bed under her right now. That's the size of her butt. If she takes her butt off of it, it's a no, and then you're gonna put her back. Nope. I don't think you can see that on the camera. That was a little interesting. I went to put a tiniest bit of pressure on it, right, to let her know to go back into that sit. And then she acted like she was gonna comply, but I didn't actually have pressure on that leash. So she kind of blew it off and was like, okay, no, but I'm gonna run around now. And that's when an actual correction came. That's a pop, right? There's levels and there's different ways to give corrections. And for more acute corrections, it's pop, 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 pop. And you'll kind of see that when we train, and no. Right now she's just bored. You'll kind of see that when we train, and the varying degrees and levels depending on the situation, right? Every situation is different, and it's going to call for a different amount of pressure on that leash. And when we drill this stuff, I'm going to coach you through that. But again, it works exactly the same way. No, right? Pressure, back to position. Nope. Some of this is she's a very social and needy dog, and I'm not paying attention to her, so she's creeping over here, and she gets bored, like I said. One thing I didn't go over in the place bed, if you ask for a stay, don't call her from here. Walk all the way back over there, then tell her to get up, right? Don't make a habit of, if you're asking her to stay, she's over there for a reason. Don't create a magnet where she pulls to you out of the stay. She'll end up breaking that command prematurely too often. Break. Good girl. I know. I know. I know. Oh, I know. I know. I love you too. So, because I've set a precedent, hey. All right. Because I've set a precedent of don't leave me, right? Because that's what the 6-foot bubble rule is. Don't leave me. And we do it over and over and over again without me giving explicit instructions. Then we work on a 30-foot leash for her off-leash work. That's why I'm really not worried about her going anywhere, because I've conditioned her like, hey, don't leave me. And I've done it over and over and over again. So unless I see a cat run by or a dog that's like particularly kind of crazy, I'm not that worried about it, and I know I can call her back pretty quickly. And unless it's one of those things, I'm just not worried about it. People she basically kind of ignores. It's not a big deal. Hey girl. And she's a relatively easy dog. She doesn't like bolt. So now I'm gonna do a drill where I work sits in quick successions. I'm gonna do sit one after the other, and this is where you'll start to see the yes come in, and then the usage of those yes/no markers. Now, sit. Yes. Good girl. No. Good. Yes, good girl. Oh. No. No. Sit. No. Frick. Sit. No. Sit. Frick. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Sit. Frick. Yes. Sit. No. Some of the sits I'm going to ask for and then ask her to get up immediately. Some of the sits are going to be long like this. You know, I'll try to be a little unpredictable so she just has to actually listen and not just fall into a routine. Sit. No. Frick. No. Sit. Frick. No. Sit. Frick. Sit. Frick. I don't think you can see on the camera, but there's a German Short Pointer over there that she's all interested in. The looking is fine. She's not going to bark from here, but the second she starts to leave that direction, she'll probably get a correction. So right, so I gave her a little bit, moved away from her. And it's very clear she has no thought about me, right? Now she does. Now she does. That wave is kind of passed over her, but right now, the corrections I have given her today, very like small, very just like, because we've drilled this already. So even the ones I do have to give is like more reminders and corrections, honestly. Right, and I kind of follow and I walk away. I shouldn't have to say anything ever. That's it. And you're gonna notice when there is another dog, especially like a real excitable dog like that, that sit is gonna be real slow. She doesn't care about food, so it's hard to get her there fast. But the sit is slow. But once she's in it, she's in it. Getting her there is some gunk on the gears, right? It's not smooth.